Welcome to Unlearn the Crap and Level Up. I'm your host, Kathy Baldwin, and today I'm pulling back the curtain on the real story behind my podcast success and the burnout that almost took me out. If you're overwhelmed by all the admin or wondering how the heck people stay consistent in podcasting, you're not alone. I spent way too long doing everything by hand until I built a system that gave me back my time, my creativity, and to be honest, my life back. In this episode, I'll share the hard numbers, the turning point, and exactly how you can automate the chaos so you can get back to your zone of genius and actually enjoy your podcasting again. Let's get real and level up.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Unlearn the Crap and Level Up. Your soul is calling. I'm your host, Kathy Baldwin. And on today's segment of Beyond the Interview, we are going to do something a little different. Today, I'm going to pull back the curtain, not behind what happened with a particular guest, but instead, I'm going to talk to you as a podcaster. And hopefully, I'm even going to be talking to other podcasters like myself, or maybe even those of you that are considering becoming a podcaster. I believe that every single one of us has a voice and a message. I believe that everything that we say and do matters. And so I wanted to open up what it's been like for me in the last 13 months that I have been building this podcast. I want to share with you the successes, the struggles, the learnings, the unlearnings, some of the crap that I had to go through this process, because I stepped into my zone of genius. And if you're tired of playing small and you're ready to step up too, I'm hoping this is the episode for you. So let's get into how this podcast was born. I wrote a book. I wrote a book called Unlearn the Crap and Level Up, Your Soul is Calling. I wrote the book because of my personal evolution, of the struggles and the crap that I carried for over 40 years, the detrimental effect it had on me, and the fact that I needed to have a breakdown in order to have a breakthrough. When I completed the first stage of my breakthrough and I could see clearly, and I could see the empowerment that I was getting, and I had released so much crap. I had unlearned so many things. That first stage of the evolution, that euphoria that you get where when you discover a new restaurant or a movie or something and you get so excited that you have to share it with everyone. That was how my book was born. I felt that I had discovered a secret sauce, something that the medical and society had not given me, and I had to self-discover. And so I wrote the book with all the pure passion and intention of sharing the wisdom that we all have what we need within us. We just weren't shown how. And that book garnered attention. And I was approached to create a podcast. To be honest with you, not something I had ever considered for myself. I don't know why. I just never thought about it. I love talking. I love speaking. I love learning and sharing and collaborating and creating community. So when this opportunity came, I got excited. Yes, but I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was winging it. I didn't know the brutal facts about this industry. I was very naive. I still had crap that I needed to unlearn. And that first year that I was going through struggles, I'm glad that I was able to just have the time for me to learn my own lessons. But looking back on it, it was only my sheer determination, my ability to commit to something. And when I commit, I don't give up. I go all in. So when I was struggling with the fact that actually more than 50% of podcasts quit before they ever launch episode 7. Less than 20% of podcasters ever make it past their 20th episode. Do you know that most podcast shows have less than 100 downloads, and they struggle to even get 20 reviews? We're in a world where podcasting is growing. It's a powerful medium. People are moving away from written materials, written marketing, and we're moving into a place where having a voice and sharing it is uniting us. But there are over 5 million podcasts, and only the top 1% ever break through. Most solo podcasters spend about 60% of their time on the back end and the admin, leaving only 40% of the time that's allotted to actually producing the kind of quality of product that will attract more audiences, that will allow you to feel in alignment with that podcast. I'm going to be honest. I probably spent more than the 60% just because of my personality type. But like most podcasters, this podcast was in addition to what I was already doing. So donating that amount of time was, I'll be honest, it was hard. It was really freaking hard. But I'm really proud to say that here I am right at month 13, and I have done 68 episodes. I have well more than 59,000 downloads. And in my live listens, I have over 100,000 a month. And 131 5-star reviews just on Spotify. That makes me part of the 5 to 10% of all podcasters. And that was from sheer will and sheer desire and sheer willpower and commitment and drive that got me there. But I'll be honest with you, that back end stuff was the hardest stuff I had to do. You would think that just learning to find my voice, because like most podcasters, I was doing the producing. I was going out and finding the guests I wanted to bring. I was bringing the topics that I thought were the most important. And so gathering all of that production and then showing up and creating the best show environment. At the beginning, I only had one show a week, and it was an interview show. It's only this month, after I hit my 1 year, that I realized that this was so in alignment with me that I was going to go all in and do it 5 days a week. But I realized that if I was truly going to make this a success, I needed to get back that time, that stress, that burnout that was happening from the places where I wasn't at my core of my genius. I wasn't operating in where I had my strengths, that back end, that administration, all those other things. And so if I was going to go all in, then I needed to create a system. So what did I do? I created a system to automate my back end. And what it does is it takes all of the administrative parts and automates it. Because you know that I believe that we are in a massive paradigm shift. With this paradigm shift, we have seen in the last 100 years go from horse and buggy to self-driving cars. The advancement of AI, of automation, of robotics, it is taking away the manual labor and allowing us to rise up to the humanness that we are. Bring our creativity, our imagination, our empathy, our love, our community, our collaborations. That is what is being called forward. So, as I'm talking about this all of the time in every podcast, every speaking engagement, every book that I've written, I realized I have not integrated that into my own podcast. So, what was I going to do about it? Well, I sat down and I listed every single step that's involved in the podcast creation. And I determined what could be automated and what was something I needed to hands on do. And so for the last few months, I've been working out a system that automates this and personalizes it. I created a system that allowed me to decide where I added value or where things could just be automated. Things like getting all the assets, the headshots, the bios, the links to the guests so that I can share that with you. That's now all automated. Sharing the resources of the links and all of that, that's all automated. The entire process for the guest is now so streamlined that I can't drop the ball. I can't get overwhelmed. I can't get overextended and have their guest experience be negatively affected anymore. That was the purpose. The purpose of this automation system was to create a win-win. Because you know my 4X win philosophy is a win for me because we all need to put ourselves first on the damn list. I'm going to say that every single day of my life. You need to put yourself first on your own list. A second win is a win for you, the person I'm in connection with, or the person you're in connection with. The third is our inner circle, our inner environment. But the fourth most important win is the collective good. So if I can automate the back end and release the things that create stress, the things that add labor intensive parts of that, how much more of my humanness, how much more of my voice could I bring to the world? Because you know that one of my founding values is collaboration and community. And so what I've done, I'm so excited about this, is this system has taken so much pressure off of me. I'm now in working in advance of my schedule. I'm not always feeling the pressure of deadlines. Everything is systemized. I love getting notifications where I chose that I wanted to know that this is happening in the sequence that I determined. And I realized if I truly believe in collaboration and community, if I truly believe that we are all better together, If I truly believe that everybody matters and that stepping into our zone of genius and bringing our voice to the world is going to be part of what brings the power from the 1% and transfers it to the 99%, where we all contribute, well, then how could I gatekeep this? It just goes against every single thing that I believe in. And so I decided, no, 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 no. I cannot be selfish and just be efficient myself. Just like how when I created the book, Unlearn the Crap, I needed to share and tell everybody, hey, I figured this one out. Hopefully this makes your life easier. Hopefully you don't have to have a breakdown to have a breakthrough. That's exactly what I'm doing with this automation system, because what I've decided is that I'm going to share this. I'm putting the final touches on being able to share this, and my launch date is next Tuesday. I will be sharing this for my first beta users and then rolling it out to everyone. But I can't just share it without sharing the opportunity. If you've been a part of my podcast, you know I believe in creating multiple sources of income. You know I believe in when someone shares an opportunity that they should be rewarded. No more of this win-lose situation. So I thought, well, I need to create an affiliate program that goes along with this so that anybody who believes in what I'm doing and sees the value and wants to tell their family, friends, co-workers, co-podcasters, hey, I just found something. Well, I want to reward that. I really wanted to create something that was an ecosystem where together we all rose. Because if every person who shares with my podcast automation system gets value from it, offers feedback, shares it, that is part of the world that Unlearn the Crap is all about. And so I'm really, really excited that I sat down and evaluated what normal affiliate programs offer, so that not only did I create in a really, really reasonable price point, because I want to make sure that new podcasters aren't overwhelmed by expenses, that we can help them find their voice, systematize earlier rather than later, and really make a success of this medium. So I made the price very reasonable, but I made the affiliate program very, very attractive and at the high end of other affiliate programs. So my question to you is, do you have a podcast, or are you considering having one? Do you know someone who has a podcast that you see them struggling or stressed out? Do you want to reduce stress in the ability to bring your voice to the world? Well, I'm really happy that I have had this kind of success, that I'm in the top 5 to 10% of podcasters, but I'm only just beginning. And I want to create a collaborative community of podcasters. I want to share the resources that I have created based on the problems and the stresses and the places that I fell down, the places that I didn't meet my own standards. So that is why I created the Unlearn the Crap Podcasters Automation System. I'd love for you to check it out. I'd love for you to see how this would work for you. I have 2 options that I've created. A done DIY Because if you're like me and you just need the instructions, then here's your step by step, follow it, all the forms, outlines, templates, every single thing is detailed. So even if you're not a tech wizard, you can just follow the step by step instructions and you can set it up once and you're done. If you are looking to have it done for you, I do have a done for you service where I can pull all of the information to personalize the system from you and do it for you. So you just sign off and enjoy the rewards. I also have an upgrade that if you want to be able to consistently get the upgrades as the system evolves and gets better and better, because I promise you it's going to. If you want that, there is that option available. Every single one of these offers are a once and done. No more reoccurring payments. No more constantly paying things out and having that reoccurring expense happening. You do it once and you have lifetime access. Have I missed anything? I don't think so. But if I did, if there is anything here that I missed, I want your thoughts, feelings, input, because I am determined to make this medium as easy and as simplified and automated as possible. And the reason is I have to. If I believe in what I say with Unlearn the Crap, that we are all being called forward, that our soul is calling us to level up, and I promise you, I really, really, really believe in what I'm saying. If I believe that we're in a paradigm shift, that we're all being called forward to bring our zone of genius and shout it to the rooftops, then I need to share this. If I really, really believe that we all need to own that not only do we have a zone of genius, but we can't know it all, do it all, be it all by ourselves. We have challenges. And if somebody else has an answer, that's where collaboration and community comes together. That we all level up. When one of us levels up, then this has to happen. And I can promise you, every single one of these ifs is not an if. This is who I am. This is what I believe. This is my mission. This is my life's purpose. That each and every one of us becomes the most empowered, personally aligned version of ourselves. It is only when I stepped into my personal alignment that I started to get healthy and happy, and the stresses and the disease of fibromyalgia and all of the mental health of anxiety and depression are just stepping away. The song that keeps coming into my mind is, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Sorry, I hate that my voice is so horrible. I swear that I am a real singer inside of me, but no one told my vocal cords. But that song about the rain is gone and the sun is out and the clouds have cleared, that's how I'm feeling about this system. That's how I'm feeling about me going into podcasting 5 days a week. That is how I'm feeling about reaching out and sharing and connecting and collaborating. I'm wondering, how do you feel about this? Does this align with you? Because if you're ready to unlearn your crap, automate the chaos, share your voice without apology, and do it with ease and comfort and happiness and joy, so that you can live with peace, passion, purpose, and pure prosperity, then I want you to reach out. Join my affiliate program. Become one of the podcast automators within my system. Join in, have fun, and let's do this together. I cannot wait for this to launch next week. I cannot wait to see how we can change the statistics and have more of us rise up faster. I can't wait to see those with a burning desire do it with ease, because it's really true. We all matter. Our voice matters. And we were put here to bring our zone of genius as our gift to the world. That our dreams are our guiding points that tell us which direction to go. I knew that speaking was always, always a part of who I was. I remember as a child reading a horoscope about who I am and hearing that I was born with a telephone in my ear. It wasn't the telephone. It was the need to communicate. And I have found my alignment. I have found my purpose. And I want you to feel the same thing. So if you enjoy my podcast, I'm happy. If you're becoming more empowered, more self-aware, if you are stepping into the best version of yourself and leveling up, oh, that makes everything so worthwhile. But if you're part of my tribe, part of my community, join me. Join me. Check out the podcast automation system. I have a guarantee that you'll either love it or I'll give you your money back. I want to make this as easy and as stress-free and as empowering for as many people as humanly possible. It's just who I am. I can't wait to launch next week. Connect with me. The links will be below in the show notes. Everything is automated and easy, but I am still accessible. I can always be reached, and you'll have all that information on my website, kathybaldwin.me. Come check me out.
Ready to automate your podcast and get your time back? Visit kathybaldwin.me/podcast system to get all the tools, templates, and support you need so you can focus in on what you do best.